Not a bad way to kick off this Friday, guys. If you ask me, we have all of the indexes moving in the green after we got the unemployment rate this morning, the non-farm jobs data, which we're obviously going to cover in this video, and yesterday we got the unemployment claims, which we'll cover as well in this video. And of course, we're going to break down the indexes, the charts, and stocks that I'm looking at. So guys, simply hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're almost at 40,000 subs. I can taste it, guys. I can freaking taste it. And check out the mailing list, the email list down below if you want me to send you my top 3 stocks every single Monday for completely free of charge. Again, that's linked down below. You might as well join that. It's free with a ton of value. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. It's currently about 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and all of the indexes, well, I mean, they were all in the green. Now the Dow is slowly creeping in the red, but Russell's up 0.9, NASDAQ's up 0.3, S&P's up 0.1%, and the Dow's pretty much at break even, down a whopping 7 points. So, yeah, pretty much at break even. And if I zoom in here on the intraday chart on SPY, the second we got the unemployment rate, the non-farm jobs data, we saw a big move, right? We were at 569 in anticipation of the data, right? The data came out, boom, we shot to 573, about a 0.7% move, but now it looks like we are giving back pretty much all of those gains in the pre-market. We'll see how that unfolds over the rest of today, but we did see a nice reaction to that data as it surprised big time. We'll talk about that here in a second. And Triple Q, which you guys know, tracks the NASDAQ 100. This was at about 483, shot to about 488 after the data came out, about a 1% move. And, well, now we've given back those gains as well, but we're still up around 0.3, 0.4% on the day, which is pretty solid. And the Russell is leading the gains. Look at this big gap up in the Russell, guys, from 2180 up to about 2215. That was a 1.6% move, and now we're selling off a little bit, but still up around 0.9% on the Russell. And the Dow, which is at break even, saw a big gap up in the morning, around 0.75%, and now we're selling off a bit intraday, but still, I like it. I like the way the markets are reacting to this data, guys. We got some good freaking news that we've been, waiting for at this point in terms of, the economy at least. I mean, there's a lot still going on geopolitically, right? The election. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty still. This doesn't solve that, but it's a good piece of news. Good piece of news for today as we're wrapping up the week. By the way, hope you guys had a great week. I appreciate you all for tuning in to the channel for another week. I mean, the channel's doing as great as it's ever done, and that wouldn't be possible without you guys. So thanks to all the viewers out there. I appreciate you guys for your time. I know these videos aren't too long, so I mean, they're like 8-10 minutes, whatever it may be, but still, I appreciate every single minute that you guys spend here with me. I really do. So, yeah, we're moving up, looking pretty good across the board. And there's a lot of stocks moving, guys. A lot of stocks are moving. JD just keeps on moving, guys, which I don't want to plug it again, but I actually called this out in my email list. Again, I send my top 3 stocks every single Monday. We called it out right here at $30 per share, under $30 actually. And this thing's now at $46. Did I think it was going to go up this much? I didn't, to be honest with you guys, but here we are. It's gone up a lot, and it doesn't seem like it wants to slow down, at least as of now, which is insane. And before we actually get into other stocks I'm looking at, I don't want to get too carried away here. Let me show you guys the data. Let me show you guys what we just got here. So let me make my big old head a bit smaller. There we go. Perfect. So you guys can see these are the unemployment claims, which you should know at this point. These are the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the last week, right? Which in this case, it came in at 225,000 people for this past week. That was above the forecast. Not the best sign there, but Not a crazy, not, I don't want to say a beat like it's a good thing. Not a crazy miss, let's say. The forecast was 222,000 people, so we came in at 225,000. All right, last week 219,000. But overall, the last month and a half or so, month-ish, it's been trending down slightly. It looks like in the end of August, 231,000. 227,000 early September, mid-September 230,000, 219,000 on the 19th of September, 218,000 on the 26th. So we've been pretty flat, slightly trending down over the last month when it comes to unemployment claims, which this number comes out every single Thursday morning. It's a weekly number. So that's a good sign, but we've been trending between 220, 230,000 per week at this point. And coming down here to what we really want to take a look at in this video, guys, the unemployment rate and the non-farm employment change, guys. Look at this. This is nuts. It came in at 254,000 non-farm employment change, which shows the change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. So 254,000, guys, which is well above the 147,000 estimate, which is like, what were these analysts thinking? Are they sandbagging numbers? I don't know what's going on, man. But that number came in well above the estimate. Maybe they're trying to do something here for the election. I have no idea. Maybe trying to prop things up, make it look really good. I have no idea. But that was a massive beat, man. Over 100,000 above the forecast, which is unbelievable. And last month, the number was 159,000. So well above last month's number as well, which is just insane. And the unemployment rate came down as well. Oh my, 4.1% is what the number was. The forecast was 4.2%, and last month it was 4.2%. So great beat on the unemployment rate. Great beat on the non-farm jobs added, the employment change, very good. And the average hourly earnings, can't forget about that, month over month, that beat as well. This is the change in the price businesses pay for labor, excluding the farming industry, right? So it increased 0.4% month over month. Pretty good there. The forecast was 0.3%, and it looks like the previous number was 0.5%. So a little bit of a decline month over month, I guess, or from last month's reading, but still, it beat the forecast, right? So very good Friday in terms of data here, guys. Very good Friday. And the stock market is loving it. Well, maybe not so much anymore. Like we saw, a lot of the gains are being given back. But initially, when the data came out, stocks ended up ripping, which is a great sign. And it's still very early. When I'm filming this video, it's only 10:45 a.m. We're only an hour into the session, a little bit more than that. So things could easily heat up heading into the second half of the day. By the time you're watching this, it is the second half of the day, right? So stocks that are moving right now, guys, we have Tesla moving and grooving, up around 3%. Looks like buyers are coming in right above the 180 SMA, which is a very good sign here in the short term. Now we're at, $248 per share. Looks like we are holding that moving average as support. Shopify is also looking pretty good, in my opinion. You guys can see here, we recently broke out of the $78, $77 high from the beginning of May. Now we've been shopping around that, holding it as support. And today, Shopify is up over 2%, looking like it might want to fill the gap to about $84 per share, which was the high from the end of March. Then if that were to break, we might fill the gap up towards $93 in due time, which means there could be a lot more upside left. And Shopify, of course, do your own research, guys. I'm not telling you guys what to do out there, Please do your own research, but that's kind of what I'm thinking there right now on Shopify. And Amazon is looking pretty good on the charts as well. And honestly, it could still go either way, but currently up 1.5%. Looks like we're getting a bounce on top of this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, but we still have a wedge on this chart. So for me, it's like a win-win. I'm like, all right, it breaks out. I enjoy gains on my position. It is one of my biggest positions. And if it dumps under the moving average, maybe it breaks trend here, we start selling off, I'm going to add more. So to me, it's like, all right, it's a win-win. I get to buy more, or I enjoy my gains on my position, right? So what do you guys think about that? The data, the stock market, how it's reacting? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, I'm very curious. And before you click off the video, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit, and your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY. That's linked right down below. And you might as well check out my Patreon if you want to keep up with my private Patreon portfolio. I'm buying stocks every single week in there. Full transparency, showing you guys the performance, the moves, and there's a Discord chat, and I'm posting a bunch throughout the week. So check out the Patreon down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.